don't know what's going to happen here during the day, but there's definitely a possibility we're going to get like a continued like violent sell-off. But we'll see, because again, we're looking at a situation where we had a huge price movement over the weekend, and that's not necessarily a good thing. We usually see like continued volatility, then a lot of times in the opposite direction. So, crypto trend trader, daily update on Bitcoin. I'll be back tonight, and I'm signing off.
Wow, that was our video from February 23rd. And man, just to tell you the truth, we just absolutely nailed it. And like I said, at some point in time, it's going to be very clear that we're not just correcting this fifth wave right here, and we are in fact correcting the entire 5-wave structure. So the fifth wave correction initially came down here in the yellow fibs, and when it bounced at 0.5 and came up, that's where we had made the video right here, and I expected one more stab higher. I said up to 10.1, and we got up to 10,038. And at 10,038, we got the violent sell-off. This is where we got the cross on the daily between the short and the short-term 2 moving averages. And from that point on, we entered a daily downtrend. So this is where we entered the daily uptrend. This is where we entered the daily downtrend. So like I was saying in our previous videos over basically like the last month, especially in the last couple weeks, essentially what we were expecting to happen was we were very close to flipping over our longer term time frames to like the bullish case again, like the weekly essentially, because the weekly was still looking like bearish to us. Well, here we did. We came up on the daily and we failed, and now essentially we're selling off and getting this violent retracement. And now it's very clear now that we've blown through essentially like the yellow right here was that fifth wave, and we took out the low of that fifth wave with this last little sell-off right there. So people are asking for videos every day and everything, and it's like, look, you don't need my videos every day. You need to go back and watch my old videos. You need to re-watch videos you've already watched and learn from them. Learn how I'm determining these things and how I'm making these determinations. Okay, we're entering a downtrend. Okay, we're entering an uptrend. This is a key level. This is a deciding area in the market, etc. These videos are made not only just for you to be able to watch one time. They're made for you to be able to watch and learn from. I don't use a ton of profanities. I don't change indicators every day. I use the same strategies and the same techniques constantly, consistently. I put the same TA out. I don't mix it up. I'm not discovering new things. I do continue to learn. Okay, I always continue to learn, but people that are discovering new things and altering this, that, and the other, and finding this, and this is the new thing, and this has never happened before, like all that is junk. It's all trash. It's all clickbait. It's the same thing as like cussing and swearing and acting crazy and all that. It's just like a way to create like personality, to interest people, to create like content. There's no actual value to it. Like, come in here and learn what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and then one day you don't even have to watch my videos anymore. You have my indicators, you have my techniques. You don't need any kind of advice. You don't need any kind of, reaffirmation. You don't need to like sit here while I'm on a live stream like telling you like we're going to the moon. Like, no, you can look at these charts and you can use the technical analysis that you've learned here and through books and in other places. You'll be able to tell for yourself what TA is valid and what is junk. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that when someone knows more about a topic than you do and they're telling you stuff, it's hard to determine if they're actually telling you correct things or if they just know more than you, so it seems correct because they know more about that topic than you do. Because that's what happens a lot of times in this space, and sometimes it can take years to learn, like to get to that level, because people have been involved in something for years already. So to even determine like if they're full of it or not, or if it's valid. So you need to look back at these old videos and stuff like that and look back at people's TA, and you can determine for yourself like, okay, is this person legitimate or not? So here we are. We basically got that sell-off. It was very clear now. We can take away this yellow fib now. It's very clear, like I said, it's invalid. We're not just correcting this wave 5 here. So I've removed that. So now it's very clear what's happening is we're correcting the entire 5-wave structure in green here. So like I said, we dumped down and we got the 0.5. This is where we made that video. Since then, massive sell-off, okay? We came down to the distribution area. We came down to that green diagonal that we had right here, and we put in what people were calling like a head and shoulders, whatever. No, it wasn't a head and shoulders right here. We essentially just get the bounce off the 0.5, come up and tried to get back above this key level here and get rejected. And now what we're forming is a head and shoulders right here. Okay, so what we would expect to happen is essentially when we came back up and came here, if we break that neckline, which essentially should be like a slightly diagonal neckline, which technically we would have already broke, we would expect to get like the measured move from here, which is going to take us all the way back down to the bottom in like the 786, 886. So what we're hoping right now is that that's going to get invalidated, and we're not going to get that. What we're hoping happens right here is that we come down here to the 618 zone, or anywhere really where we're at right now, and we find support anywhere in this bullish zone, the 0.5 to the 618, and then we can get a bounce. But the problem is that we're losing this parabolic trend line as we speak. So on the 4-hour time frame, we've already closed below this and closed below the green one, and we're continuing to sell off. Now we are putting in a potential bullish reversal candle down here, but it's too early to tell, and anything can happen in like the next 2 hours. So, and this is our weekly as well. So I'm just gonna, obviously we still have plenty of time before the weekly closes, but at this point in time, basically we got this massive sell-off. We tried to bounce and come back up and take it out, and then we essentially just got the market saying, yeah, right, and they sold into that entire thing. And not only did we take out all the potential upthrust that we had, but now we're going to close this candle red unless we get a like massive move to the upside. So essentially what we did here was we completely told the market 100% for a fact that this is clearly a rejection and it's clearly just another series of lower highs, and then we're going to come back down here. Now, potential saving grace is that we come down here and we put in a higher low. So essentially what we want to do is we want to get a weekly close anywhere above that 68.84 range. That's our number one priority at this time. And again, as you look at it right now, the way this is starting to look is we've put like a clear neckline in here. Okay, that's a clear neckline. And now here it is, shoulder, neck, head, shoulder, neck, shoulder. If we can come down here now and we can get a bounce anywhere in this range, essentially, if we close a weekly, somewhere around like 7,800, whether it's this week or next week, and then we can get that bounce, I think it's very likely that we could get that push up and potentially get this inverted head and shoulders reversal to the upside. Now, if the opposite happens, if we continue to sell off down here and we threaten this area here, I think it's very clear that we're putting in, essentially just a lower high and then another lower high, and then we're going to come back down here, and then potentially then we need to try to put in a higher low than this area here, and then it's like a high. This is all just part of this sell-off, and then we put in a higher low, and then we can move to the upside. So, again, this is once again panning out and looking very bearish, and at this point in time, there's no reason to think that it's gonna all of a sudden change. You don't need a daily video from me, although I do enjoy putting them out daily and everything. I do want you to pay attention to what I say and what I have said, and go back and watch those old videos. And also, I noticed that I do pick up some subscribers here and there, but that I don't pick up a ton. Like, I'm curious how you guys are finding my videos. Like, according to like YouTube analytics, you're basically just getting like notifications, which is awesome. But what I would like you to do is, after you finish watching this video or whatever, I want you to like just search in YouTube under like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, news, TA, whatever, under like most recent until the video pops up, and then click on it, because I think that will help with like the YouTube algorithms to like help people to find my videos and everything. So, and also interacting with them, if you don't mind, just like, if that's too much work, just like put a comment like you suck, or you're awesome, you're always right, you're always wrong, love your TA, rewatch your old videos, I wish you would have told me this last week, like whatever it is, just put something in the comments, some kind of engagement, because maybe that'll help like get it out there. Because regardless what you think, whether you like my delivery or my charts or my analysis or whatever, the fact of the matter is that I am right consistently and more often than not. It is hard being bearish in a market all the time in a space where I do believe in it and I believe in the upside of it. It's very hard to put out these videos all the time and to always be negative in this space. But again, I put it out there to help everyone else learn. It's not financial advice. Like, I want you to grow and learn, and also for myself to be able to look back and see these and see when I was right and when I was wrong, and how and why, and also the evolution of my own TA and my own trading, as well as the ability to share these amazing and awesome indicators. And real quick before I do get out of here, it was kind of funny because I was watching this real time on whatever it was the other day. You know how it is. It all blends together. Basically, everybody was saying how this was like an ascending triangle and how we were going to get the break to the upside because it's bullish and all this stuff. And I was like, man, this is distribution. We're about to get a massive sell-off right now, and we're getting rejected by the 200 EMA. And then, like, no sooner am I watching this and think about putting out a video, we start breaking up. As I'm getting on the TJD Jewel Thief, I'm getting the sell signal, and it's telling me that we're about to dump. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Watching it real time, it's like punching up, I'm getting the sell signal, it's punching up, I'm getting the sell signal, and then all of a sudden it starts getting rejected, and it's like sell, 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 and then prints the candle. And I was just laughing. I'm like, man, anybody else that's watching this in real time knew that this was a massive sell and a great opportunity for shorts if you hadn't already taken your profits. So, to tell you the truth, I was in fact selfish, and instead of like putting out a video, I went ahead and just closed a bunch of my, just random alt positions and stuff that I had, and went ahead and took profits on them. So, I'm not always going to be here to hold your hand, guys, so it is important that you do take the time to actually learn. And, when push comes to shove, you may notice that when there is volatility in the markets, I'm not always here for you because I have to handle my own stuff, and I have to take care of my own positions. And that's why it's more important to learn, than it is to just be able to, like, search and see who just put out a video and real quick do whatever they say, because in the end, it's not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. These markets are extremely volatile, so please do your own research and trade responsibly. And please take the time to engage with this video, as it will really help me and the channel as well. So, Crypto Trend Trader, and I'm signing off.